Okay, welcome back to our Earthbound playthrough. Unfortunately, we've lost a little bit of footage.
Yeah, so we mentioned a few times in other videos how much we hated Avermedia. It's because we lost a lot of footage here. Somewhere around 40 minutes, give or take.
It isn't the first time Avermedia has let us down, but this particular time was really devastating because
We saved it.
Yeah, we saved it thinking it was working very well. I guess it's a little pro tip for you if you're ever recording, especially with Avermedia.
Double check.
Double check before you make any saves, which of course makes editing a nightmare, but it's what you gotta do, especially in these old RPGs where there's no going back.
Yeah, so here's what happened. What we lost. We, after being, what's his name? The Berglund Park guy. The bad guy there, the boss man. Yeah, after we beat him, we went around and we talked to Paula's. I think we named her Mary, right? We went to her dad and mom's preschool. We talked to everyone there. Got the little scene where the dad realizes she's gone, and we gave Orange Kid and Apple Kid money. We got the
they asked for money for inventions in the future.
Yeah, you get the Serporma from Orange Kid, which is I think the only useful thing he gives you, and it's not even that useful. And then Apple Kid says he'll give you an invention. And then we went in here and we found the pencil statue that we can't get through, and then you get a phone call from Apple Kid saying that he's got the pencil eraser for you. Alright, he might not even tell you what was in it, but he tells you to go meet him, and then you go meet him, and you get it from him. That's what we're missing.
Yeah, but yeah, all of that, everything we did there, it's gone. So, you just gotta take it on faith that we did that. We also bought this teddy bear, I think. So
Yeah, we bought this teddy bear. It's useful for this place. This is like probably where it's most useful in the game. Because you're down to just you right now still, and this is a pretty tough spot.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. Everybody's a little bit stronger than normal, but there's also like it's kind of your first introduction to like big guys, big heavy damage characters. And that's the trees who you really just want to despawn them if you can.
Yeah,
they're really not worth it at all. But if you happen to get in a fight with them, again, we're going to come back to parallels of Phantasy Star. I don't know why I keep doing it, but I think it's just because there's a lot of similarities. But then again, I think there's a lot of similarities with most RPGs. That's kind of the whole point of this series.
Right.
But, they're like the dragons in Phantasy Star.
Was Phantasy Star 1?
Phantasy Star 1, I think Phantasy Star 2 also had some pretty tough guys.
Yeah, Phantasy Star 1 had them in there. The first-person dungeons, they're really bad in this one dungeon. And then Phantasy Star 2 had them somewhere on Desalos.
Yeah, they're both on Desalos. They're both on Desalos. There's also the Mastodons, I think, in the first one.
Yeah.
Anyways, there are trees in this game. They show up in lots of different...
Oh, we got ourselves a picture.
Yeah, a picture.
My favorite thing about this game.
It's a picture, not a picture. Yeah.
Kinda. That's kind of how that goes.
Yeah. Alright, so Fuzzy Pickles. Alright, yeah.
Yep.
I love the camera thing.
Yeah.
What was weird is I saw this before I ever saw a James Bond movie.
Right.
So when I first saw that, I thought it was a camera.
Yeah.
Because it looked like a camera shutter. Like the rifling on the barrel was so extreme.
It actually, to tell you the truth, wasn't until that Family Guy joke that I fully realized that it was a gun.
That it was a gun? Well, it kind of makes sense. I mean, you shoot at them and it's like a camera. Maybe there's blood comes over the camera. But the fact that the blood pours over the gun barrel...
Doesn't make any sense.
Actually, it's on the inside of the gun barrel.
Yeah. This guy, he just won't go. So I'm going to have to deal with him.
Alright, so we'll probably be able to see why these guys are so terrible. And that is after you kill them, I believe.
Well, you can try to run away. And that's what...
Bam.
They actually do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
See, he fucking killed the bear.
I already killed the bear. But they do a lot of damage, and then when you kill them, they explode or something like that?
They explode in flames, and it kills you. But it will actually kill you, but you usually get away with a ton of damage. This seems like a bad idea that me run in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard at this point now. We're kind of all in because
Yeah, that's like I have to basically run right now. What?
You have more than one.
Oh, that's
they
right.
gave you one, or you pick up one.
I bought one, and we had one, and I got it in the mail from one people. Yeah, I kind of forgot that. Can't really see it happen because of the whole thing.
Yeah, and so yeah, we have an opportunity to obviously kill him.
Yeah.
And these guys,
there we go. See, there's 283 damage to
bam! Obviously, it's going to kill you instantly, but if you can stop the fight before you run out of health, you still survive. That's the whole point of the whole mileage ticker for health.
Yeah.
Though it was great at the time. It's hard, on vehicles now they don't look like that anymore.
Yeah.
But I remember we would drive around town with Dad, and we would, I would always look at the mileage of the vehicle ticking up like that, or so when I saw the game, I was like, this makes perfect sense to me. Like this makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. I really don't want to get into any major fights.
Oh yeah, get that.
I want to use a.
Oh yeah, you might as well.
Top off.
So I'm pretty sure he was at max health.
Yeah,
too.
he was. That croissant really did it.
We're trying to despawn those guys.
Yeah, I just want to see if I can get rid of them, but I'm not sure if I'm going to.
The little UFOs are a pain in the ass. They're hard.
They cast that cold spell.
They cast the cold, and they also are difficult to hit.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty bad. I actually hate this place, big time.
It's really constricted. Among all the dungeons, it's one of the most constrictive. It's hard to move around. It's really hard to get around the bad guys, and it's hard. It's really hard to explain. But like in most RPGs, when you have just a random encounter, you just kind of deal with it. You know you're eventually or randomly going to get into a fight.
Right.
But in these games like Chrono Trigger, this game, Lunar, I had a few others where you can actually avoid the fight by actually sneaking around the bad guy.
Yeah.
You want to avoid as many fights as possible, and it's weird to think of it that way because in other games where you don't have a choice, you don't care. But when you do have the opportunity to get around them, you feel compelled to get around them.
It feels like also the bad guys are more powerful in these type of games because you can do it.
Probably are. They probably are.
Because, except for the first Final Fantasy, most random encounters in video games, they're pretty easy to beat. But when in a game where you don't have a random encounter, like the territorial oak down there, that's the worst thing I can see at this point. That's why I'm glad it despawned. Despawning bad guys is the best thing you can do if you can pull it off.
Yeah, and then obviously that doesn't work in Chrono Trigger. They're scripted to be in a certain area, so you just have to walk a certain way.
Yeah, you guys got a deal.
You have to walk around. Some of them you can't.
You can.
Some of them you can.
Avoid.
Some of them you can glitch past, and then some of them, if you walk a certain pathway, you can always get past them.
Mm-hmm.
Always. So, but I want to point out the first time I played this game.
Oh fuck.
The first time I played this game, you obviously have no idea something like that's going to happen. Like it just looks like a regular tree.
Yeah.
And then it starts moving towards you. It freaked the shit out of me because I was at that point. I was like, well, anything could be an encounter. Anything could come to life and start killing you at this point.
Yeah. Later on, they make the bad guys look like presents.
Oh yeah, that's real bad. Or the trash cans. That's actually coming up real soon.
Oh yeah.
In the worst town in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I say it's the worst town because it's the most painful town. It's like it's hard to describe. It puts you on edge. Yeah. It makes you uncomfortable. Yeah. In a sense, it does its job. Yeah. But I don't like the job that it's doing. I don't know why you keep doing that.
I hate this place. I don't like to be in the least bit
Well, you're
oh yeah. Well, I didn't realize it was at max health, and I was going to use up. I gotta get the most mileage. Yeah.
Crud.
Alright. So while we're doing this video, we have our ink whiskey retro flasks that they make. They make flasks look like game cartridges. is the funnest thing to drink out of.
We got these for Christmas.
Yeah, it's kind of impractical to drink out of compared to a regular flask. Actually, I have a couple, but it's so great. I have a Legend of Drink. That's what it's called, and it looks like it's gonna look like a Zelda cartridge. Jack's got Kega Man, which is pretty neat.
Yeah,
I want to get the others. Final Fantasy is a good one.
So to help describe them, they look like an NES cartridge, and the portion where you kind of pull the game out or push down with your finger with when you put it in the VCR version, or I don't know how to say
the regular NES.
The regular NES, the front loader NES. There's that little tiny tab on an NES cartridge that you use to kind of pick the game up with. That is actually, you can pull it out of the plastic.
And it's a plug.
And it's like a plug, and you can fill the plastic game cartridge with alcohol. So it's like a flask.
It holds a ridiculous amount. It's probably 5 ounces, which is quite a bit of booze.
But it's also really fun,
Mm-hmm.
So it was a great Christmas present.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where you can kind of tell they designed it as a gift item.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, we're coming up on a pretty interesting part of the game, and that is when you get your first teammate. And I know this place is creepy. Happy Valley and the Happiest. I mean, to not put too fine a point on it, they look like KKK members.
Yeah. And actually, that's what I thought they were, because they're bad guys, right? And so when I first saw them, and growing up where we did, and there were KKK members there, maybe not, but only a few years ago.
Yeah.
It's
actually kind of a funny story there with our dad. Because our dad was not in the KKK.
No, he was not. No.
When our parents moved into the town we live in, they were the young couple on the street, and they had a big Cadillac car, and the kids were kind of rowdy and stuff like that, and their neighbors were KKK members, and they were planning on trying to run our family out of town. So our dad goes to one of their meetings with a shotgun and just kind of lays down the law that he was going nowhere. And they never bothered us again.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird to think about, it's like KKK sounds like such an old thing that, I don't know, happened in the 20s or something like that, like a long time ago. But it really wasn't that long ago, and so when we were growing up, we would hear about it. To me, it was almost like the boogeyman.
Yeah,
because you wanted nothing to do with them. Yeah. Obviously, they were bad guys.
We're actually a completely white family, and yet they were still going to attack us.
Right? Yeah. So it was like they were absolutely insane people. And, almost like it's almost like Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of thing. You were afraid because you didn't know what horrible things they were going to be able to do to you.
And that's the same kind of feeling you get from these guys up ahead.
Yeah, that's the thing. You see these guys and you are afraid not because they're monsters, but because they're regular people.
And they hide behind a mask.
And they hide behind a mask. Yeah.
Now I do believe there is a weird cult that they're actually also tied to in Japanese culture, according to some theories and videos I've seen. Yeah, and it probably was. I mean, but it's also has to be highly influenced by because everything is influenced by American culture in this game. It had to be at some point, at least partially inspired by the KKK. But it's a very creepy place, and I can't stress that enough. And we're up to it now. This is funny because I think maybe it was you who pointed it out, but you instantly kill these guys, and it's almost like the game's way of teaching you that once you get to a certain level, you'll be able to instantly kill these guys, even if you don't get a back attack on them.
Right, yeah. Obviously, you get a back attack on these guys, you can kill those guys pretty early on. But that's like a guarantee. You are going to kill those guys instantly. And
Yeah.
It's almost like a slight. It's actually not slight. It's an incredible vindication.
And actually, I guess they say it right there.
Right. So there you go. That further cements it. But it's like about the growth of your character.
Yeah.
And you feel awesome. I know when we first did it, I was like, "Ah, stupid snakes." Then we walk up on top of them and we killed them without even getting to the fight.
Yeah, without green too.
Yeah, no green, you just killed them. So there they are. There's a happiest blue guy. And yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
And
everyone hears, you know.
yeah, all the stuff like that they say about Carpenter. It's pretty crazy. This place is not.
Look at that. When worlds change blue, a peaceful country can be established. They're basically saying everything has to be the one color.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I mean, I feel like there's a great deal there. That's obviously what they're going for,
Yeah.
to some degree. You know, there was, I think, I don't even know what there was some sort of cult in Japan at the time that was very similar, and I think they also wanted, or they had a high connection to either the color blue or one particular color or something like that. But for me, I really hated this place because it was, I don't know, it was just everyone. You know, it's obviously it wasn't like a real town.
Yeah. This person. Yeah. She needs to have donations or whatever, and if you don't donate to her, she follows you around, kind of like, you know, treating you bad for not donating. But if you donate to her, you get like this gift, what's it called? A postcard. Yeah, there you go, postcard. Of course.
Great.
Oh, Christ. I'm not even sure if I want it.
Yeah, I don't know. But who are you talking to?
I didn't mean to push that.
Oh, and this is the rough part, and they really starve you of characters in this game. I feel like. I mean, it's only 2 towns we've been to, but there's a lot of stuff that's happened at this point. And you've only got one character, and you see this really small inventory screen.
Yeah.
Later in the game, when you have all the way up to 4 characters, and you have 4 inventory screens, it's a lot easier to kind of keep the items you want on hand at all times.
Yeah, give her $1. And there's her postcard. And there you go. So we got this. It's just an item you can get in the game. It has no purpose, but it's neat to have every little bit of extra items you can get.
Yeah, pretty much 100% kind of thing. You know, you want everything.
Yeah.
Plus, there's an inner collector in all of us that we want to collect everything.
Yeah. See that? There's your calls to where your next sanctuary is, right there. This is kind of funny. It's like a yeah, you could steal the eggs and bananas. If you do that, this guy like attacks you or something like that. Anyway, but earlier we were talking about how we're really dreading the upcoming town. This is not the town we're dreading.
No, I mean, I don't like this place, and it's like it's in the fact that it's inside of a dungeon. Essentially, it's inside of a dungeon.
Yeah.
I really don't like it. I hate towns like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and so there you go. I mean, there's a lot of parallels to the KKK you can draw here.
Yeah.
That one guy said that everything should be the same color, even if he has to beat everybody up to do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. There's oh shoot, I can't remember what I was gonna say just now. But anyway, we're probably gonna just talk to all these people here in this town. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to get.
there's the blue cow. So for me, this is an interesting cow though in the game because like they made a whole art asset. I mean, potentially they may have actually just like recolored a cow for this one scene, and maybe it's just a regular cow there and they recolored it. But I believe they made a whole art asset just for this blue cow. And I don't know if it goes back to normal after you take care of everybody, because you can actually, once you beat this area, the happy happiest cult is basically destroyed.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure after you've beaten the game,
The cow's normal?
if you come back here, the cow is half painted normal.
Okay, so he's... Oh, okay. That's kind of interesting. We
Right.
definitely should check the place out. Obviously, we have to go through here. Like to this guy here, pretty sure I just didn't want to pay him for rest.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, though, that...
Look at that table, though. I mean, I love the stuff here in these places because it's like...
It's like something that would be in your house in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Mostly late 80s, though. Particularly like the chairs and stuff.
So like this guy here. I find it interesting this is a red house.
Yeah, because it's...
Doing.
Runs in the valley behind Threed.
There, that's the town. That's the town I don't want to...
Yeah.
Is Threed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, see, so she just comes at you every time you walk past here.
Yeah.
So, no. Over your shadow, then. No. This is another thing I hate. I hate this person.
Yeah, she actually cuts quite a bit slow down, if you notice this.
Yeah.
And it's weird because like other party members don't do that, but she does.
Well, because she's not a party member, so it's probably like trying to find you over and over again so that she will walk towards you.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. You know, this is actually going to be a pretty good place to stop here because this is like the last bit of people I need to talk to.
Yeah, and we'll, I'm pretty sure in the next video we'll be taking care of the happiest once and for all.
Yeah, man, we'll get our second character, and we'll be going on pretty good from there.
Alright, well, we'll see you next time.
Yep.